Hey folks, this is Dave, the Not So Evil Viking 13. The first video of DayZ Standalone has just been released, and like a bunch of overexcited school children, we are staying up late to watch it together. I'm joined by
JERMgaming.
And Joel Wilson.
All right, everyone ready to start?
Let's do this thing.
On
Yep.
3. 1, 2, 3.
My body is ready.
That's a sexy font.
It's a horrible title.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the DayZ Standalone video blog. The first of its kind, actually. And
Looks like there's like a little bit of a greasy
I'm Rocket,
filter
the
over
project
everything.
lead on DayZ.
Very
and
Unreal
with me I
Engine-ish.
have my production assistant, Matt Lightfoot. Matt,
I like
you
that
want to tell
menu.
us why I've given up, well, why both of us have given up our Monday nights?
I'm sorry, we're just going to watch it
Well,
in
hello
silence.
there. So we're going to be showing you quite
they're
a few
talking.
exciting things today. We've got some of the major improvements to the maps. We've got the swamps, which we mentioned in the latest developer blog. We've got an expanded military base that we've got in there, and then we've also got a new island as well that you'll be able to see a bit later. We've also got
New
the
island?
basic
Ooh.
implementation of our clothing system, which you'll be able to see.
It's probably even farther
And,
away from
you'll also
shore.
be able to see our new
30 minutes of
method of
swimming.
spawning loot in buildings, which will be very exciting. So, Rocket, what's the screen we're looking at now?
Well,
gonna guess it's the menu.
This is a good example of some of the stylistic and functional changes we've made
It's
to
way
the
prettier than
UI.
Arma.
The whole aim is to be going with a much more simplified approach than with previous products like Arma 2 that DayZ, the mod, was based on.
It looks like you pick a server
a good
and like
example
your menu
is
is
so
like remembers
you
it
know,
by default.
configuring the options and things
just
like
load the
that.
game and hit
It's
play.
much simpler.
That's pretty
And
cool.
we really want it to
Ah,
yeah, for users to
it does
go
look,
into
that's a
things
much easier graphic settings.
and for it to cope well with different, different sizes of screens and yeah, and different ways that people want to configure it. And there's a couple little errors popping up there, so I hope people do appreciate. This is a very work in progress. Super
interesting
duper
that you can change
like,
your
early
interface
version of
size. I
DayZ,
like that
so
you
there
can
will
do
be a
that
lot
even
of
in
little
Arma.
errors and stuff as we go.
Yeah.
I didn't
So,
see
Rocket, that
the,
character in the background, what's
the
he wearing?
play
Is
on
that your normal
Xbox
going
button.
out gear?
Yeah, no, essentially what we're
Thankfully.
looking at here is the player's avatar. So he's their character from the last server they were
He just
playing.
got startled.
So
Yeah,
the
zombies.
real focus with DayZ Standalone has been to make the player's character
What's up, guys?
much
I'm
more
Jason Brody.
a part of their gameplay. And so right from when you first start up DayZ, you're going to see the last character you've played. You're going to see the stuff he's had on him. We've been thinking about adding in some statistics and stuff on the screen as well, but for the moment we really want to stick with the real basics. So you'll see your character, male, female, whatever race you are, and what the equipment you have on when you come to this screen. And that's really a theme that is going to
He has
permeate
idle
throughout the
animations.
product.
I'm curious to know if, like, let's say
So
you
should we
die,
jump
and
into
before
game
you
then?
play
We
again,
should.
just show a dead guy.
So the idea here that we've
That would
got at
be
the moment is
awesome.
that you can obviously change the server you're playing on, open up a server browser, or you can click play and go into the last server you're on.
Oh, so you're
so
right.
I'm
Last
gonna go
server
into
you're
the
on.
change server here, and then I'm going to hide all the magic that's currently going on here. So we don't get defects.
What on earth?
We made heavy use of Steam and their technology, which has been
A
really
Loch Ness
useful
rocket
in
with a
what
top
we're
hat.
developing.
Looked like it.
What in the
Again,
world is that
before we start
screen?
playing, I want to add in the caveat
I'm assuming this is an
that,
early loading screen.
we, there will be
trees
potentially a lot of bugs and a lot of stuff that comes out in this, and people shouldn't expect that anything that's currently in there is going to be
What
the way that it stays.
is he wearing?
So that's Matt walking around, and
The
it's
dead guy
me
in the
on
background.
camera.
What just happened
How you
here?
doing, Matt? I think you can wave, man.
Where are your pants?
Did I wave? I can't even remember the wave key.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I can't remember. Okay, total video blog failure. I can't remember the wave key. So what Matt's going to do is he's going to show the clothing stuff. So,
Please put
Matt,
pants on.
if you maybe
Whoa.
Oh, they chopped
take
up
your
a
clothes
guy.
off over here.
Sucked his
Hoo-ah.
skin out.
I'll like zoom in here.
Man, there's so much motion blur.
Yeah.
So just before we
What's
start
happening?
as well, for so that everybody realizes that we're playing a version of DayZ that has a lot of stuff disabled on it because we really just want to focus on the key parts.
Well, it's
You know, we want to keep
prettier
some
than,
surprises, and
standard.
there is still a lot of stuff that hasn't been finished. So
It looks like they have that blur
what we're going to
thing
do
on,
here is we're
Dave.
really just going to demonstrate the
Look in the background. Look in the background on the
clothing
right.
stuff. So what Matt's doing
The
here is
atmosphere
he's going
perspective or
to
depth
put
of
on
field?
put on.
They
some
got like a
clothes.
depth of field thing going.
So if you just hold there for a second, Matt,
I can't really
stand
tell,
up
it's
and
really
maybe
blurry.
give us like a little
I know it's
twirl
hard
or
to tell, but I
something.
think it looks like
So
it.
what Matt's done is he's put
Comes
on
in
a
yellow.
lovely red hoodie. What a beautiful item. So the idea is
That
that
hoodie
there's
does look
many
pretty good.
different slots of different clothing that you can put on, like hat and eyewear, face mask.
look awesome.
You know we're all
hoodie,
going to mistake
so Matt's
clothes
put
laying
on
on the
a hat
ground for
there.
dead people.
Oh,
Considering
yeah.
they're-
And
You could
maybe
lay
he'll
out
put on
fake
some
dead
pants
people
at some
to
point.
bait people.
I'm assuming the clothes
But
aren't
I don't
going to
want
be
to.
inflated in the final.
As well, it's important
No,
people
that's
note.
true.
So on the ground at the moment, we don't have the
Or at least the
on-ground version
pants
of
and
the items,
shoes all
but
like
that's
together
coming
like a
out. So
person.
you won't see these like perfectly filled out pants sitting on the ground. They'll actually.
Oh
be-
yeah, he just said that.
So I'll just get down
Maybe
and be,
we
like,
should
real
listen to him
cinematic
more.
here with it. Give me your best like model pose. Yeah, check that out. So
His jeans look pretty
yeah,
awesome too, man.
give us a little twirl maybe.
Yeah, the characters definitely look pretty sweet.
Nice. So one of our artists we've got
This
working
is
on
really
this Painter
awkward.
Flex has been working on
Nice
these
butt.
clothing items. We've got a huge list. There's like already on my list. There's like 100 different stuff we want to put in. So you know, we're gonna have different variants of watches and different types of compasses and gas masks and what else? Have I missed anything else cool that's in there, Matt?
Oh, the kneeling looked really
Aviator
good there.
glasses.
Yeah, and the
That's like-
shadows look really good on the
Yeah,
hood.
yeah, true. You know, like different kinds of glasses and stuff.
like
But I
getting
really
ready
want
to
to
catch a
focus on
baseball.
functional type items first. So I guess one thing that a lot of people
those
probably don't think
clouds.
this is that cool, but this is a very big deal for the real virtuality system. You know, it kind of has nothing like that really, and yeah, it's pretty awesome. Did we have another?
Yeah, this
top
engine was
somewhere?
never intended for any kind of customization
Yeah, should we
like that at
spawn
all.
in some different coloured
Do you
hoodies so
actually
we're not,
know how to
we're
do
not
that?
wearing matching clothing?
Does it matter if I do that in the video blog? I don't think it does.
I don't think it does.
This bit here is going to be blurred out because we don't want you to see our unique
I see a
cool
Photoshop
inventory
trend at
screen.
Bohemia here.
And we'll probably
It's like
blur
they're
out
not
this
even
bit.
trying.
This is amazing.
Okay,
ordered this
so I
video
put
took all day.
the jacket on the ground for Matt, and he can go and he can swap that. So he's put his other top down, and he's putting that one on.
Oh, that's
Awesome.
pretty sweet.
No, we all look like Gap employees.
Another thing, I guess, that we'll show people, or maybe tell people later on as well, is each clothing item can actually have space for you to put different items in. So I think at the moment we've got it defaulted to you can fit like 6 small items in your jeans and stuff like that. Cool. So I guess put the tactical vest on, show people how that works as well. So the idea with this is that you know, we're going to be able to do things like you know, body armor, stab vests, as well as more like space-oriented items like this one.
Man, I
You know,
see
as
a guy
well
with
as
the ammo
I
vest.
probably
I'm
should have put
thinking
a
like that
backpack
is
in
my
as well,
mobile
you know,
ammo
stuff like that.
depot
So
right
there's all
there.
that usual stuff
That guy's
involved.
gonna die.
But I think that's
Look at all those
probably enough for
magazines.
us for clothing.
Should we jump on some of the improvements with the map?
Sure,
Yes.
let's do that.
Let's do that.
I wish I could.
And here we are with the swamp.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Yeah, so maybe you want to give us a bit of a background on this before I kick into technical
Where is
mumbo
this?
jumbo, Matt.
Is that west of
So
Truro? It is.
really, this was one of the ideas of Ivan. He wrote to us when he was in prison in Greece, and he wanted to include some areas that we really hadn't experienced before with Chernarus. And he thought that a
That
swamp
looks
would be
like
a
Stalker
great way
Clear
to kind
Sky.
of
That is
mix
so
it up a
awesome.
bit and add in a new, different type of playstyle.
Yeah, so this making Chernarus really fit the whole DayZ thing has been obviously, you know,
Is
quite
there
a key
quicksand?
focus
I want there
for
to be
us.
quicksand.
And,
That would be awesome.
And definitely, you know, having that in the map design is really something we wanted to have, you know, a lot more of.
Wow,
So
that
there's a
looks
lot of these areas, and we've got huge plans. There's a lot of, you know, new areas, new facilities and stuff to come across that we
Those
really
white
wanted to put in.
trees with
So
the white. I haven't
this
seen those
is
before.
kind
Are those new?
of just the start for
The
us,
birch
and it's one of the
trees?
exciting
Yeah.
things that we're able to do with the
think
project.
they've been
It's not just
updated.
to add features, but
Maybe
also
they're
to
models from
add,
Arma 3, perhaps?
you know,
Maybe. I
add
don't
new
remember
areas
seeing that
and
anywhere in
whole new
DayZ.
areas of content as well.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think there's birch trees in Arma 2, but they don't look that good.
So I don't really want to say too much about this because it's still very much a work in progress. This is the first day we actually have it.
It's Oots.
But We've added Utes, which is one of the smaller islands,
Utes.
or Utes. I don't even know how it's pronounced. The smaller
He doesn't know
island
either.
that's shipped with Arma 2. We've actually added it to the world, which was a request that came from.
Oh, so you can actually go
4chan.
across the water
I'm
and
not
go
even allowed
to
to
it?
say that
Yeah.
word on a video blog. I'm not
Hopefully
sure.
we'll be
they
something
added
to
it,
do
but
on
So
it.
thank you, 4chan.
Unlike the other
It
island.
was a good suggestion.
There's
and one
five
I don't
small
know why we
towns and
didn't
an
think of
airport on that
before.
island.
So
A good suggestion from
yeah,
4chan.
so here
That's
it
weird.
is, working in there.
So yeah,
And,
guys, that's our island right
just
there.
just off the coast of this other
Don't
small
tell
island here.
people.
So we think it's going to add.
Yeah, because
you
no
know,
one will go
it's,
over
It's a
there.
little bit of extra territory
Yeah,
in
at
there,
all.
so we
No
thought
one will
why
ever
not?
have that same idea.
Boats are actually going to be useful now. Like you can have boat
How can I even
wars
introduce
over the
this?
island.
Maybe I should just include this bit. Okay, I will. I think I will. Okay, this is the loot spawning mechanic. Very basic idea of it. Essentially what I've done is I placed some loot spawners specifically just for the little cans of beans that everyone who's played DayZ, the mod, will be very used to. One of the problems that we
Voted
had
up on
in the
Reddit.
mod
Dean's
was
beans.
Dean's beans.
you'd just go around and you'd find these little piles of loot, and you'd run into the building and see if there was a pile of loot. And if you didn't see any piles, you'd very quickly move on to the other building. So I wanted to get completely away from that and really make
go
it
in the
feel
cellar,
like
go
you
in
were
the cellar.
scavenging the environment.
That'd be awesome.
So we'll head inside this building, and hopefully it gives a good idea
Or go in
of,
the first floor.
of what I mean. So the idea is that loot can spawn like behind an object, like you see this can here.
Oh, they'll never find it.
So you really have to get quite dynamic about looking around
so
and
dark.
trying to find the items. So it's really it's
a lot of
totally
beans in this
different.
house.
Oh gosh.
You know, totally different.
Take everything.
experience.
What about the
Yes!
beans? Leave the
Oh, I
beans.
like that
Really
you can
like my
actually just
beans.
grab
So,
it. Yes.
Yeah, so the
Beans.
idea is that when you're going into these buildings, you're really going to have to
That's the
I'm
Heinz
so
have
have
to
excited about
scavenge
just
and,
grabbing
and
beans.
find
Looks like
stuff
it.
I feel really
located
retarded
and,
now.
and really difficult to find places. And someone might have come through and
interiors.
cleaned out
Get
most
all
of
kinds
a
of
place, but
furniture and-
might have missed, you know, something that spawned, say, behind the TV or something like that. So I really think it's going to add a lot to the dynamic of
And it really shows how it pays to be thorough. You know, if you go through every building and search in every nook and cranny, you can find that extra can of beans or the fire axe that somebody else has
I am
missed.
never gonna play
That
with
may be
Dave
hidden
anymore.
under a
You're just gonna
bed
be
or,
stuck in one
you know,
building for
in
10
a fridge or
hours.
Searching
something like
every
that.
drawer.
And
I know.
you know, it really
every
it just
bed.
makes you be patient and really check everywhere out.
And then you get shot as soon as you walk
yeah,
out
I think
the door.
I think it's really going to radically change the whole way
you guys
that,
are for.
that DayZ is played. I think people will. Yeah, you know, it is going to have a big effect on things. I haven't actually configured this
Someone's
building
turn
yet, but you
speed
can
is
see we've
way up.
opened up some of the cupboards.
So much
so
motion
that,
blur too. It's making me dizzy.
You know, stuff can be put inside there.
I think it's to hide the
Also
fact that they
noticing
can't
we've
even run the
improved
game
way
on
that
high.
things move and stuff like that. But having
Sick.
items underneath
Whoa, look at that.
chairs and around
You
tables.
see how you
it's-
move backwards there?
I think it's really going to add, you know, we can even
That was,
put
like,
it
really
inside,
smooth.
inside basins and stuff like that. So it's really going to have that feel like you're actually scavenging an environment rather than
Moving around inside feels like a
you know,
lot,
you're just
lot
sort of
more
running
fluid.
from
Like you're not
building
getting
to
stuck on
building
everything
and-
anymore.
Feels like he's
yeah,
running
another
faster
example
too. Does it
of,
seem like
you
the
know,
running
shelving
Yeah.
you can
faster?
spawn items
Yeah.
on, and there's some really good
There's
work
a lot of
going
blood
in
on
with
that
some of
Whoa.
the building details to make it look a little
What
bit less
shoved the
polished and a
piano?
little bit more like some kind of bad stuff went
Blood
down
under
in
the
the
door
building.
too.
A bloody
Show us-
piano.
show us
So
on
as you can see, you know, we've gone upstairs, we've got the offices, we've got the shelving, we've got the open cupboards and things. So how is loot going to appear in the world then?
And interrupted.
Basically, the way that the loot worked
Too many
previously in the
ideas, not
mod
enough
is it was
time.
spawned by the clients, and that obviously allowed for a great deal of hacking. It also meant that we had to do a lot of calculation to figure out whether or not a building required respawning or anything like that. The idea is that we're actually going to spawn all the loot on the server, and so when loot spawns, you know, it'll spawn at the start of the mission, and as it gets cleaned out, the server can respawn it as needed. So that has some real fundamental impact for us in terms of performance, as well as helping us with anti-hacking measures, and as well from a gameplay
This feels a lot more
perspective. For
immersive so
example,
far.
at the moment,
Yeah.
you can tell whether or not someone's in a
Yeah, I'm
in
really
a
curious to
city
see how
by
the
seeing if
animation
there's
actually
any
works at
live
running, if
zombies
it's still that laggy
around.
left
If
and
there's
right
not,
kind of feel, like a
then,
delay,
you know, there's
or if it feels
probably
tighter.
someone in.
It looks a
Well,
little
that-
bit tighter.
So what are the kinds of
Yeah, backing
changes
up
that we're
felt a
going
lot
to...
tighter when he reversed.
Should we
Yeah.
expect to see with the map?
One thing
Oh,
we
God, the-
we have done is
looking
we've
on
actually
cars
added
and
a
stuff.
whole bunch of new like reg types and stuff like that. So there's one actually here. One of the aims was to make them you know, obviously a bit different and add a bit of variety because there's a heck of a lot of different wrecks in the environment. But also, like, this is a good example actually up here, is add in the ability for us to spawn loot and make it so that you really actually have to, you know, you're scavenging the vehicle and you're looking inside it for food and stuff like that. So there's been a lot of work that's gone into.
Did you say battle wagon?
Oh, no zombies.
Man, that video makes me happy and makes me sad because I have a feeling like now that the game's not going to be released for a very long time. Because he could have been doing that all for the last 4 months.
It looks good though. I'm excited about the progress they've made so far. All right, guys. Well, that's our first casual conversation.
Yeah. I just want to say, Dave, I guess you're not coming into work tomorrow because you're going to be up all night long watching it again on loop.
No, just a little while.
All right, guys. Let us know what you think in the comments and join us next time for another casual conversation.
Later,
Bye.
guys.
See ya.